Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nell Constable. For those who do not know me, yeah, man. In the beginning of this year, I released a video of why I had to leave YouTube. So I think if you go back to that video, you'll be able to understand the context of what I'm speaking about today. So I just wanted to share with you guys. So the topic for today is allowing God to be my therapist. So in the beginning of the year, I started going for therapy because I wanted to work on myself, on becoming a better person, on putting myself first, on knowing what is it that I want and what is it that I want to achieve, who I am and whose I am. You know, we go through different seasons and we go through a lot in life, man. And especially as women, because I'm going to speak for women. I'm a woman. So I obviously relate to what women go through. So in the beginning of the year, I decided that I'm going to go for therapy. I had a pain in my chest. I went to go get medication, and then I was told that they can't give me medication for chest because they don't know what's the cause of it. So, and that's why I'm saying maybe if you can go back to that video, you'll be able to understand the context of what I'm speaking about. So then I decided to go to one of our local clinics after going to a cardiologist, you know, checking my heart rate, because it was something that I was battling with after I gave birth to my youngest baby, and he's now 5 years old of age. So I was experiencing a lot of that pain in and out, you know, and it would come and go. And then I was diagnosed that I had high blood pressure, of which I didn't have, and I didn't take that medication because I trusted God that I don't have it. It was just a long battle in my life. That is something that I was battling with for the longest time. And then I decided to go to a local clinic, and that's where I received my help. And one of the nurses there in Florida clinic, said, you know what, instead of giving you the medication, let's deal with the root cause. And then he booked me with a therapist. And God, my God, was that not an amazing outcome for me, you know? So I decided to see the therapist, and then only to find out that it's something that I just needed to talk out. It's something that it wasn't actually, what I was going through mentally, emotionally, and whatever led to this pain. So I decided that, you know what, let me go and see the therapist that they had assigned me or told me to go to. So I went to the therapist, and then I spoke to the therapist. It was beautiful, and I think it was the journey, the beginning of my healing journey, you know. So going through therapy, it was amazing, but I realized as I went through my sessions that I didn't need to go to the therapist anymore, you know, that there's a season and for everything, there's a time and a season for everything, right? So I just felt that, you know what, I'm going to discharge myself from therapy, because exactly what I'm doing at therapy, it's what I do every morning when I wake up, because I wake up at 4 o'clock and I have my prayer sessions, and I just spend time prayer and spending time with the Lord. So I actually realized that exactly what I'm doing at therapy, it's the same thing that I do when I spend time with God. And who can be your best therapy but God? And I actually realized that, you know what, God is actually my best therapist than going to therapy. And I'm not speaking down on therapists, and I'm not speaking down on therapy session, because it's what helped me, you know. But I actually realized that, you know what, I find my time spending with God more efficient and more healing than going for therapy. You know, if you are going for therapy and it's working for you, that is good. Please do continue going for therapy, because that's what it did in the beginning of my healing journey. But then I found that, you know what, I can rather take this route than going for therapy. So I found that God is the best therapist, you know. I found that, you know, spending time in the presence of the Lord, speaking to him, praying to him, crying it out, whatever I was going through, just going. And it's not that I stop, I still do it. I still wake up at 4 o'clock and I still spend time in the Word of God. I still spend time in the presence of the Lord, and it's the best time of my day, and I would never change it for anything, and I realized that hour, or the 2 hours that I spend with God in the presence of the Lord in the morning, starting my day off like that, it's the best thing that I could ever have asked for. It's the best thing that I have received in life, because there's nothing else that makes me a better person than spending time in the presence of the Lord that time of the morning. So I wake up at 4 o'clock, I pray, I journal, I do everything, I cry out, whatever I went through the previous day. That is what I do with God every 2 hours of my morning, from 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock, before I bath my children for school and preparing their lunch. So the reason why I discharged myself from therapy is because I realized that, it's actually better for me being my therapist. My God is my best therapist than what I received from my therapist. So I just want to thank the Lord. I just want to take this opportunity to say, guys, if you are going through the most, and I understand that sometimes we don't even book ourselves in and going for therapy and whatever the case might be, or sometimes you might go to a therapist and you find that they don't serve your purpose, or they don't give you what you actually need, because therapists, to be honest, they work differently for everyone. And it doesn't mean that when you go for therapy, that therapist that you have found might be the best one that's going to work for you. I hope I'm making sense, because not every therapist will be the one that will be able to understand you, or that you might be able to find your healing. And I'm not speaking down whatsoever on therapists or whatever the case might be, but I'm just saying through my experiences is that my therapist worked for that season of my life when I needed her, and she did an amazing job. And I thank God for that season of my life, and I was able to be exposed to that, because it wasn't my first time going for therapy. I also went for marriage counseling therapy with my husband, but on my own it was the first time that I went. But I'm saying this to say that I had to discharge myself, because I felt that I wasn't receiving. There was a time where I wasn't receiving as much as I needed to, and I found it best in spending time in the presence of the Lord. So I just want to encourage you guys that even though you feel that, therapy, you're going, but it's not getting you where you need to be, it's okay to come out and go to the Lord and be spending time in the presence of the Lord, and let him be your therapist, and go to his therapy sessions, because I'm telling you, because God doesn't only, he works in every area of your life, be your finances, be your physique, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, socially, mentally. I don't know if I said that, but I probably said that twice, because that's how much it helped me, or how much it helps me to spend time in the presence of the Lord. So I just wanted to encourage you guys that, whatever you do, make sure that you spend time in the presence of the Lord. Make sure that you read the word before you start your day. Make sure that you praise. Make sure that you worship. Make sure that you journal. I have a video where I spoke about waking, the best time of the benefits of waking up at 4 o'clock as well, but I'm just here to actually to share with you guys this journey of my life, because I know that I came here and I told you guys that I was going for therapy, and now that I've discharged myself from therapy, and this is the reason why I actually did it, is because I found God to be the best therapist ever. I mean, we're speaking about God, the one who created us, the one who knows us, the one who formed us before we were formed, the one who created us before we were formed in our mother's womb. He knows us we breathe him, we love him. So who best to go to than the Lord? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope that this encourages you to be able to know that, what, if you don't feel comfortable to go for therapy or speaking to a stranger or someone you don't know, to go to the Lord, go to the one who created you, go to the one who knows you in and out, and that's where you will find your healing. That's where you will find what you need, be mentally, be spiritually, be physically, be financially, be socially. So so I just came out here just to share with you guys that this is my journey, and it worked for me, and I know that it can work for you too. And even though you do go for therapy, but I would highly recommend that you still spend time in the presence of the Lord, that you still have that time where you are able to journal, where you are able to read your word, and where you are able to cry out like a small child, because that's who you are in the eyes of the Lord, the one who will never judge you for crying, the one who will never judge you for doing wrong, the one who will correct you for doing wrong, the one who knows what you need when you need it, because his timing is always perfect. So that's where I find my healing. That's where I'm able to cry out. That's where I'm able to pour my heart out, and that's where I find comfort. That's where my provider is. That's where he provides for me. He protects me. He heals me. He do everything that I need him to do, and he's the best therapy that you can ever ask for. So today, family, I encourage you that even though you go for therapy or you don't, that is your therapist, because he knows you in and out. He knows where you've been. He knows what you're going through. He knows where you're going to. He knows what you need. He knows your heart desires. So who best to go to than him? So the one who has created you in everything, in every area of your life. So I hope this word works for you. I hope that this word encourages you, that you will be able to do what I did and what helped me as well. So guys, that's all from me. I love you, and remember that God loves you more. Stay blessed, and bye.